Hello, this is Kevin with the Iowa Genealogical Society in Des Moines, Iowa, coming to you with another installment of Stories from the Stacks, where I share with you the resources we have at the Iowa Genealogical Society that can help further the research of your ancestors. Today, we're going to do an online tour, and we're going to talk a little bit about the one of the tools that we've made available to our members. So with that, let's take a look. First of all, you're going to want to open your web browser and go to the Iowa Genealogical Society webpage. This is located at iowagenealogy.org. Once you get there, you'll land on the homepage, and this will probably look a little different throughout the year. It changes during the year. This just happened to be what it looked like when I was recording this. Now, I mentioned that this is a members only benefit. So what you're going to want to do first is to log in with your user ID and password. Click on the link to the left that says members only login. And in the screen, enter your login name or user ID along with your password. After you successfully logged in, scroll down a little on the page. Look to the left where it says Research Our Collections and click on that link. You'll be taken to a page that is available to both members and non-members at this point. But notice there's a section at the top that says for IGS members. We're going to come back to that in a minute. But if you scroll down, you'll see what's available to the non-members or the general public so that they can do a little bit of searching too. Let's go back up here to the for IGS members and look for the link that says continue your research on the members research page. You can click here or on the left in the green under research our collections, there's members research right there. Both places or both of these will take you to the same location. So just click on one of those and you'll come to the digital collections page. This is a members only page. There's some information on here about the digital collection, which I encourage you to take a look at, but we're going to go straight to it and look for the link that says open the IGS digital collections. Once you click on this, a new tab will open in your browser and you'll arrive at the welcome page for the Iowa Genealogical Society's digital archive collection. This is where we have our digital collection stored. Now, look over in the left navigation area. You'll see some links for this homepage, as well as browsing every single item in the collection, which is quite large, or you can browse the collections. Let's take a look at that one first. At the time of this recording, we have just 6 collections on here. We're planning on adding more, so come back often and see what's new. But for now, the 6 collections include the Spanish-American War veteran death documents or TAPS records, burial permits for Lee County, Iowa, some barber exam records, some naturalization records, certification collections, which include those statehood, pioneer, and centennial certificates, and then the Camp Dodge records. Just clicking on one of these, we'll take this one, the TAPS records, tells you information about that specific collection. It gives a description, who created it, the source, and who's published it, and some other information. Now, if you'd like to do a search, notice this search box in the upper left that says query. You can do a general search on some keywords, and this will search all of the collections at the same time. Just because I'm on a page that says Spanish-American War veterans does not mean I'm limited to this file. When I search in this box, and we're going to put in the name Miller, and I'll press enter or click the magnifying glass, I have looked across or searched across all of the collections for everyone that matches Miller, which of course I've got quite a few hits, got 32 pages of them. Now I can add another search term in here. Let's do Miller and Marshalltown. Now I've I've got my results here, and you can see here's my search terms: query of Miller and Marshalltown, and it's a keyword search. What's matched in the keyword? If I click on one of the records, we'll do the first one here. We've got our name of Miller, right? And town or city of residence is Marshalltown. That's listed here. Let's go back and look at that list again. Now, I'm seeing lots of Millers here, and I use the term Miller and Marshalltown. The ones that match both of them are going to be at the top, but as I get further down, and we're going to choose the last one on the list, I still have a Miller, but this is the town of Wellman. So our search, while we said Miller, Marshalltown, we did Miller or Marshalltown in this search. Maybe you want to be a little more specific. That's where you're going to want to use this advanced search option. Click on the link and you'll go to a page that allows you to do some advanced searching. Now your query box is still here for a general search, and it's also here in this search for keywords. Entering values in either one of these boxes is going to give you the same result, but down below is where you can get more specific. You can enter information and isolate it to specific fields. For instance, let's take a look here at the selections, and we've got a field of surname. And under the type, what type of search do we want to do? Do you want to say the surname contains a specific value or does not contain a certain value? And so on and so forth. I'm going to use the option of starts with. And now my term. What am I searching for? A surname that starts with Loren. You know, in my family, I have Lorenzens. Lorenson, Lorensen, Zenzon. Heaven knows how many ways it's spelled. But this should catch all of them of what's available to search. We're going to come back to these other fields, but let's just perform this search for now. We'll click on the search for items button, and now we see surname starts with Loren listed right here. And then we've got Lorenzen, Lorenz, and many, many more that have matched on this particular search criteria. Let's go back to our advanced search now and look at some of the other options. We have an option here to add a field. So let's see what that looks like. Again, in the field to search by, let's choose the surname, and we're going to do a contains. Let's say the surname contains, we'll do a different name. How about Peterson? And maybe I want to search another criteria. And I have an option of a joiner. The values are either and or. They're Boolean operators here. And I'm going to say I want to find surnames of Peterson or surnames that contain, let's choose another one. Let's say Jones. All right. Now I skipped past these fields a little bit earlier, but this is where you can get a little more specific on exactly what you're searching. This search by range at this time, probably not going to be very useful. We're not really using that right now. But this search by collection, looking at this list is where you can isolate to a specific collection that you want to search. Maybe you just want to look at those Camp Dodge records. So we'll click on that. The other fields below that, we're really not taking advantage of these right now or using them. The type, the tags, featured, non-featured, and search by exhibit, they're not really going to offer any value right now to be using those. So let's click the search for items and see what we get. And here are our results. We've got the description right here in case we forgot. We looked at the Camp Dodge files with surnames that contain Peterson or surnames that contain Jones. and we can select one of these and look at the index details. So I mentioned before that these are just index information. There's some access instructions here that talk about if you want to see more information or some of these actual records, what you need to do. In most cases, you need to come to the library, or if you're at a remote location, then call and talk to a librarian. And of course, some fees may be incurred for copying and that type of thing. All right. Well, I hope that helped with understanding how to search for our electronic collections online and will help you to research the details of your family and keep climbing your family tree.